Sandeep is the general manager and head of marketing communications for Jaguar Group Global Operations. And he's a marketing professional with over 23 years of experience across the board. And he's proven entrepreneurial in the way he's done things. And he's delivered strategically significant integrated marketing and communication solutions in different industries, including building and construction, retail, and advertising. He's had a global experience across Middle East, Europe, Africa, and Asia Pacific, having worked with large cross-functional multicultural teams. He started his career in advertising with JWT, and then he worked with brands like Pepsi, Nestle, and HMT as well. He actually helped build a barista brand of cafes with the Arcus Turner Morrison Group. And that's post that is when he entered the building and construction industry with AIS Glass. And he helped the AIS Glass company build a B2C brand. And that was almost 15 years ago. So it's amazing. I think Sandeep's been innovating since then. He then led the marketing of Hindware for 5 years. And then he took on the role that he currently has at Jaguar. He's a core member of the group's strategic initiatives at Jaguar and spearheads the marketing communications across all global markets. And his portfolio currently consists of brands across the luxury segment, which is Artis, the premium segment of Jaguar, as well as the value segment of Esco as well, and the complete lighting solutions as well. So a lot that Sandeep brings to the table. So very warm welcome, Sandeep, once again.
Thank you, Vikas. Thank you, Anu. We have been meeting so often, so it's like a habit now,
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Sandeep, really excited about this session today, especially to know about the Jaguar journey as well as yours. The global rise of Jaguar, which is a homegrown Indian brand, we feel it's truly a stuff of business legends. To put some perspective, Jaguar holds about 60% of the Indian market share and has expanded to 45 countries. The group produces over 28 million bath fittings annually across 5 plants in India as well as 1 in South Korea, right? So what we would love to know is, what are the 3 things that help Jaguar to set itself apart from the rest and make it big globally?
Thanks, Anu. In fact, things are so dynamic, so it's no more 45. We have already touched 60.
Right.
In terms of
right.
Yeah. So, which also makes a point that how, Indian companies have, the caliber and all the essentials to be a, global player, and especially in the manufacturing sector. Because we are not known world over from manufacturing. And so this makes our journey even more significant. And it's very tough to put in 3 boxes, I would say, but I would really say the quality, the unflinching, the passion towards, making great products. And with due respect, before the globalization hit India, there was always trying to make products suiting the local environment and managing the, we were never having that kind of a global aspiration. So even when we are not present in all of these countries, our products were, as good as any brand, product in the world. So, the promoter, Sri Anil Mehra ji, and when he founded this company in 1960, he was very clear that, we can compromise anything, but not the quality. So I think this whole passion towards quality, for us to jump to a global environment was for me like any other market. I don't have to really calibrate my products or, material specifications, and secondly, the how tough and harsh conditions of water in India, the application, the usage. So India, to me, for us, become a kind of a lab for the world. So the quality, I would say, the first thing. Second, I think what interesting proposition we have for the world is complete bathroom solution. No player in the world, have as wide and as deep width and depth in the portfolio. So I think this whole complete bathroom solution is really catching people fancy. They rather going to 10 different places, 10 different brands. You have a brand which offers you right from your shower enclosures to showers to taps to sanitary ware to water heaters. Now it's a huge saving of time, cost, for architects and builders. Consumers, is very easy that he steps into one showroom and he gets everything. And not only is aggregation of products, but as we say, complete bathroom solutions. So we have a solution perspective. So we have the local nuances in place, and that's how we really offer them solutions. Case in point, like example, there's a five-star hotel was getting ready in Middle East, and I think particularly Dubai, and they wanted a tap finish, color matching the upholstery, the curtains. It took us almost 2.5 months to deliver that kind of a finish. Any player in the world would have probably would have ignored it or said no, or they would have taken years to get into process. So these are the solutions, not only in terms of products but in terms of the way you service. Third thing, I would say the especially Rajesh Mehra's dream, the promoters, the director promoter, it's very daring to take that kind of a leap of faith, and as an Indian brand to establish not only in areas like regions like Africa or Middle East, but Europe. When I say Europe is especially the sensitivity of European products, the mindset they have towards Asian countries, even Southeast Asia, very competitive in terms of, because of Chinese influence. So in spite of all this, I think his vision to make Jaguar as one of the global leader, I think it's all starts from the top. So I think if I really want to put all these as in three boxes, or I would say, to me, these are the 3 points I would say.
Great. No, absolutely. And I think when we enter the Jaguar headquarters in Manesar, you can actually feel that vision, right? The entire facility, everything that you do has that quality, has that vision embedded into it. And I think if people in the group haven't seen it, definitely go check out the pictures of the global headquarters of Jaguar as well. So coming to the digital spectrum, Sandeep, I know Jaguar actually touches millions of customers digitally as well every month now, and almost 500,000 customers visit the website as well. How did this focus on digital come into play, right? And I think you're one of the early players to actually start focusing on digital in this space. How did that come about, and how has that journey been?
Actually, yeah, you're so right. For us, digital intervention was because of COVID, or because of all the media vehicles were having struggling, or the doors were shut. We always believe that in education and helping customers understand the category, because there are nuances of the category where brand recall and awareness is not enough. Brand promotion is equally important. So I want to have a great bathroom, but I don't know where to start from. So if I'm buying a car or a mobile phone, I'm very clear, But the moment you get into the bathroom as a subject, or a lighting for a subject, there are multiple, challenges and the points, and whatever goes behind the wall, all it becomes a kind of a detailed and a complex working. So if you leave it at the advertising level, which is, if in a traditional way, the TV, the print, and all that, you will always have a challenge in terms of customers not able to understand the product well, and applications for that matter. So I think that was a trigger point. So for us, the website, the digital interventions, whether in terms of our apps, whether in terms of a lot of videos, education videos, the purpose is to reach out to our customers. When I say customers, they are stakeholders like influencers, which are architects, interior designers, the plumbers, the retailers, the facilitators, customers like builders. So it's very, very important to talk to them in detail, help them. And even for specifiers like architects, interior designers, and plumbers also, the category is so vast. And to be very fair with architects, interior designers, they're dealing with hundreds of products. And within hundreds of products, there are multiple brands. So it's impossible for him to have an in-depth knowledge of each and every product and application. So idea is to have all the brand information, the product information at one place where he can access, we help you buy, we help you select. And that is one of the reasons why we got into digital intervention. And obviously that journey started from there. And definitely many partners came in, like today SocialBeat is one of our very important partner in in how in domestic India we are spearheading our digital intervention. So you know how we are in, moving ahead towards this direction. And I have no qualms in saying that we are learning. Every single day I learn new jargon. I learn new, the kind of time I'm spending on digital, it's like, it's a blessing in disguise, because beyond a point, what are the TRPs, how this, the print is planned, the TV is planned, the creativity, but digital has opened completely a new, avenues for us. And good, we were receptive, when when the changes from within is easy to accept. When the changes from outside, it becomes really difficult. So for us, change was within. And today we can say we are the most searched bathroom brand in the country. We have average, and the data only came from your last report with my team you shared, is that
Yes,
we almost double the time as compared to competition people are spending on the website. Is as goes average is 17 minutes. Now imagine
correct.
a category like bathroom and lighting. I'm sure you will not just go there for just fun and just browse. It's a category which you want to buy and you want to really indulge in the category. So these are the interesting insights. The way people go search on Jaguar products, the way they go in various sections of the products, the way they download, easy for for all kind of a customers. For architects, very easy for him to download the drawings, the CAD drawings. Today there is something called a business building management system, wherein you have to download and plug in the latest drawings of the products, which helps you into calculation of your water pressure, the air pressure, things like that, and your in energy conservation. So all this data is available. So it's something very, very easy for customers. On one side, the end customer, today we have an app wherein you simply have to click a picture from your phone and upload on the app, and within few seconds, my customer care will get to know that you have a problem. Now, imagine from a time that you click a picture, download on your D drive, and then you write an email. Just so so today, and this is one part of it. And then amplification, definitely today, because of it's like the print, the challenges with the print as an industry is almost like degrowing from a couple of years. COVID has accelerated that degrowth. Today,
Yes,
if you see the kind of content happening in TV, because especially brands like bathroom and lighting in the context of India, we were not like an FMCGs where we used to advertise on these general consumer network like Sony's and Stars of the world, because they're pretty costly. And so our mainstay of our communication was largely the news. And the kind of content today is on the news.
yeah,
People, there is a kind of a big fatigue. People don't. So I don't want to really release my content when people are already sad, they're not in a good mood. you know so for us, digital has is becoming not only the brand comprehension, but even the awareness and recall. And the kind of current campaigns which we are now going ahead, and with every campaign we are going bigger, the every campaign we are going in more detail. And so for us, digital is has been a very, very interesting journey, and every second day we are learning. And hopefully, because it's so technology loaded that new platforms comes in. By the time you learn that platform, that like example, the TikTok has gone. So by the time all play, the technology is gone. So you have to always be on the toes.
absolutely.
At the Times of India, Dainik Bhaskar there for ages. What is the per square centimeter rates and things like that. Here things are very, very dynamic. So
No, absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely.
this has really paved a way for Jaguar as a group, and we are quite ahead in our digital interventions with our customers, stakeholders.
No, absolutely. And I think even the digital journey, like you said, for the consumer has evolved over time, right? And then I know you experimented with video calling as well during the entire pandemic, and there's a lot of new ways to engage with customers that have definitely come by as well.
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, you raise a good point. In fact, because of the lockdown, we have to go a virtual route, and people have laptops. Good part is that COVID has made people accept it faster. So I think the acceleration part has happened. People are already on towards it, but somehow it has minimized the learning curve for all of us.
Absolutely. And Looking at COVID, Sandeep, so how is, I mean, you did mention briefly, but I think the entire home, being at home, home renovation, making adjustments at home has become a very big focus area, right? People are spending so much time here. How has that changed the product consumption? And I know you mentioned a bit about products which have sensors and others, and we've run a successful campaign around sensors and sensor and sensibilities. Would you want to share some highlights from that?
Yeah, see, definitely. I think the first 1.5 month was tough because government itself has said you can't open the factories, you can't open retail counters, customers can't step out. So it's been a tough phase. But as I talk today, in fact, we are almost at the pre-COVID numbers. So when I say that, numbers don't lie. When if I'm at the pre-COVID numbers, means that people are buying. And means people are now, if you see, they are out in market. Fear of COVID has been diluted to a certain extent, and especially people are doing up their homes. They want to renovate their home. In fact, the importance of home has gone up. I at times I really see. In fact, just before the COVID, I bought a car. I just once in a while I just see it from a distance that wish I could have invested that in the money in the home. So, the point is that yes, in the first phase for us was communicate to our customer that keep happy, stay in home. That was a phase, and when we realized that, I think there's a time to move out and let people because it's bathroom and lighting both is a basic needs. It's not something they're essentials of the home. So a lot of people lockdown happened suddenly. So there was a lot of pent-up demand for these lockdown phase. So when they opened, it just people went out and trying to fix the things and all with all obviously the proper protocols of that. We in fact at the time we did a very successful campaign of sensor and sensibility, and we need to facilitate customers with the product which promotes social distancing. So sensor was a huge success for us in terms of the growth. Is almost say 200% growth for us there on the sensor products. Awareness has happened, and why the sensibility part of the campaign was there that not entire India can adopt sensor. So we said, okay, even in the single levers, even in the quarter turns and multi turns, how you can still maintain social distancing. So our campaign was very comprehensive. Right from the PR, digital, mail line, TVCs, we did that. And, we both know that how effectively it has reached to our audience. And the good part with digital that you can measure the accountability and you measure the data, that the reach, the likability of campaigns. So that campaign has worked. And now it's a business as usual in terms of communication. And we are launching products. We are launching new categories. So for that matter, I think yes, COVID had initially derailed some of our efforts, but we are back in our business, largely to do with the retail segment. Yes, project will take some more time, but retail will come back. And apart from retail, the tier 2 and tier 3 markets, which have really shown tremendous growth. So I would say, and this is where Jaguar and Esco particularly, Esco, which we have a brand which is in a value segment, even lot of builders now are looking at affordable housing serious way. Though government mission was, in 3-4 years they were talking about, but somehow the real meaning has come today. People want simple, functional, value for money, good housing, no fancy doors, no fancy landscaping, because India needs homes. India needs home. So that segment is showing a great thing. And we have an entire portfolio, the brand Esco for that range. Yes. So these are really sensor, retail, affordable project, is really, gaining the momentum. And one of the most interesting thing, what we realize that a lot of people have now awareness and sensitivity towards immunity, health, well-being, wellness. So there's the trend emerging out where people are looking to have wellness zone at the place. They're looking for spas and steam cabins, shower enclosures. They don't want to step out into a salon or a spa or a gym. So a lot of people are looking for home gym, home wellness thing. So going forward, I see there's a huge trend because they are the permanent marks which COVID will leave behind. That how to make your room, make your society, township, as wholesome as possible. So you need to have a very minimal intervention with the outer world. So I think these things have helped us, in these times.
No, absolutely. I think it was a very well-crafted campaign. And like you said, while everybody cannot afford sensors, you have other products that can help still maintain the hygiene and overcome the COVID. So that very nicely put campaign. And I think the other question I had, Sandeep, also was that you have multiple stakeholders here, right? You have end consumers, you have your dealers and distributors, you have your orientation centers, you have architects, interior designers, you have builders, you have a multitude of people you want trying to build your brand with. How do you go about sort of splitting campaigns and budgets and efforts towards each of these stakeholders?
Definitely, this is where, in fact, a constant debate with your team is always there, and we have a multiple agency like globally also. We keep talking to them, how to fix a universe, how to fix a universe which is a combination of specifiers and end customers, because we truly believe, we are a pro marketing brand. We believe in advertising and marketing. We believe in education. So our communication, in fact, India is the only country where you make TVCs in bathroom space. You go to Europe, right, you see a product films. There is no brand films as such. Idea is that to make this category more aspirational, so people, it's not a commodity anymore. See what happened to some of the industries like tiles and all that. It's becoming a commodity now. You need to build aspirations around your product. Then only marketing comes into play. So we used a lot of advertising, which means talking to end customers. Which is your serious home customers who really want to dwell into home building. So we continue to be the one of the mainstay of our customers. And secondly is architects and interior designers, because they are the people who further specify you. They are your brand custodians and brand amplifiers. So so between specifiers and end customers, we largely play around when it comes to digital marketing. But today you can reach out to any audience for that matter. So there's always a challenge to fix the universe. But yes, a priority depends on campaign to campaign. So if I have a product which is more technical in nature, my priority is to first make sure that this education happens at the dealer level, at the builder level, architect level. When we're talking something which is very aspirational, which people like showers as a category. Now, shower is more of it's like a romance in the bathroom. It's a very experiential product. So obviously you need to talk to the right audience for that matter. So if I'm talking more of a products like street lights, or for example, if you're talking, very complex lighting systems, obviously my target is, a lighting consultant. So what we do, any campaign we start, we fix the universe. And obviously with the data around the kind of analytics we do for the website, a previous campaign, this is what I keep discussing with the team. Whenever we get into the new campaign, whatever the universe we have created from the past campaign should give us the insights. So if a lot of people are watching my content, if I get to know the profession, if they're matching with the people coming on my website, I can create a lookalikes. And hopefully by, over a period of time, you create your own community of people who are aware of your brand, and then hopefully they will come back to my website. They will dwell on the various products, then download catalogs. They look for retail counters where products are available. So it's not as easy as it sounds. If I would have known where my entire money has gone, I'll be the happiest. But but it's far better than what we used to do in print. Wherein is largely a guesswork. So it's no more a guesswork now, and this is so I think lot to be done in fixing the universe, because you're so right. If your universe is not in place and with the finite budgets, then it's always a challenge.
Absolutely. And that's why it's amazing to see the renewed focus also on channels like LinkedIn as well, where you can actually find that architect, you can find that interior designer, and of course, go after a larger universe on platforms like YouTube and Instagram, where everybody is there, but you go find your customers and go after them.
In a category like a B2B, so there are shades of B2B in our business also, where our builders are a serious a part of our customer or from marketing communication, where individual itself becomes your amplifier. So today, if I have more than 400 people working in the, in the field, they have their LinkedIn accounts. They're communicating they're further resharing your content. They're engaging with architects and builders on social media accounts. So this facility is never there in the print and TV. So this is where I think digital makes a lot. That is not only Vikas and Sandeep is driving the initiative. Is the ball is in open now. So everybody, so every individual is a potential marketer. If I keep discussing this with my team, and not just to boast around, but if individually I can generate 25,000 impressions on LinkedIn, for example, and if everybody does it in a company of say 10,000, even 20% people are doing this, you're probably bigger than any channel, or and even for that matter. So I think this is where digital is very significant.
No, absolutely, that's true.
Sandeep wanted to speak about the orientation centers which Jaguar has launched. It's very unique to the brand. So what was the thought behind that, and how has the response been so far?
See, I think orientation center is exactly what I was telling Vikas that about education, brand comprehension. See, this category and orientation centers are pretty old in India. They're 80s, I think around 86, 90s, we started this orientation center. And the purpose of orientation center, the customer like you and me can walk there with no pressure to buy. Otherwise, you land up in a store, you always have this pressure that I have to, if I'm asking so many questions, then I might as well buy. Yeah. And the customer, and obviously retailer, to be fair with him, if he spends so much of time with every customer, he will not able to do business. He has to eventually cut the bill also. So to really come out of this riddle, we said, okay, we are open our own centers. And as the name says, orientation center, idea is to orient people towards right bathroom products, planning of bathroom, generating the BOQ, which is bill of quantity, creating them, giving them design and expertise and knowledge, and empower with them all this data. And they say, now you have a freedom to buy from anywhere you want. You can buy my product, you can buy my competition's product, but this is very heartening. Every customer who walks into a store, orientation center, we have a 95% conversions, and they convert big. So, they walked into the showroom thinking to have a great shower, but they say, oh, I never thought the shower enclosure is also needed to have a great shower. Oh, if I'm needing a large rain shower, then my 25-liter water geyser will never work. So I need probably a large 100-liter water heater, and that to be fitted in a shaft area. So, so this is actually, these places have become a great knowledge center, helping people to plan, decide, and including architects and builders. Like architects, now imagine for an architect, step into an architect situation, architect dealing customers on a daily basis. He can't go with you to multiple retail counters to select products. He doesn't have that time. He knows that he can simply send them to Jaguar Orientation Center, and where people can guide him. So this has really become something very unique. It's first of its kind when we started this in late as the 90s. And a lot of people have now started taking in our industry, similar routes. But what now which COVID has created new opportunity for us, which is a virtual OCs. So now I'm very heartening that we have only 21 centers in the country, and it's not possible that entire country we can manage with them with 21 oriented centers. And in the lockdown, we got calls from places which we have never imagined. Agartalas and all these obscure locations, and they have this great aspirations and dream to have a bathroom, but they don't know how to start with. And the beauty is that with the virtual intervention, with the right videos, we can. It's like a live walkthrough with the guidance. Practically today, I'm generating more footfalls on virtual than physical stores. That's what this is really heartening. So not only these places a great place where you can learn about new products. It also helps you, your clients, builders, to really go and see new innovations happening. Because as a builder, as an architect, I always want to know what's happening in the market. I'm a doctor, so I always want which is a new medicine, which is a new new drug has come in the market, and I have no time to move out. So can I go to one place and where I can get to know what's happening? So even once in a month, if an architect comes over, he gets a fair idea what's happening in the industry. So when he's sitting with his client or when he's working on any mega project, so he really know what product to fit in for what. So that's the whole purpose of Orientation Center. It has worked very well for us. And as I talk to you, we have not stopped this journey in India. We have created these Jaguar Orientation Center with a new name called Jaguar Worlds. So Jaguar World is present across now almost 17 to 18 Jaguar World stores, whether it's Milan, whether it's Dubai, whether it's Moscow, all across Johannesburg. So we have all London for matter, we have 2 stores. So these stores are a great place to educate. And this comes from Mr. Mehra's philosophy that if you educate people, if you help people, sales is default. Yeah. So this is the primary thought behind having orientation centers.
Oh, absolutely. And I think the direct to consumer focus that is there, it's really amazing. And actually, there's a related question from Lavanya on, do you see e-commerce in the sector, picking up post COVID, and is there a direct to consumer strategy that will evolve thanks to COVID?
See, e-commerce is here to stay, whether we like it or not. People have, COVID has again accelerated that. But just blindly cut and paste e-commerce in my category will not work. So as, in fact, I'll disclose with you, we have taken a plunge of e-commerce, but we are only generating the demand online, facilitating through a local store. So it's a hybrid model. Yes. And because the kind of people walk into my website and the kind of intervention they're doing, the catalog stores, it's a clear indication that they need help. Now, if they need help, how can I help them? Obviously, if you see we have more than 10,000 products and complex products, sometimes, assortments are there. It's not just like a one tap you go and buy. So there are 4 or 5 assortments with a tap. There's some assortments with shower. So what we are doing, we're creating a small library, a small section within the website, which is a truncated miniature portfolio, which products are very easily to be understood through videos and explanation, like hand shower, like shower head, like a simple tap. So I'm sure India is now seeing a replacement market. Till about 5-6 years back, 90% was a new construction market. Now people want to, the way they're changing upholstery, obviously in furniture, now they see the bathroom also be spick and span. So there is a lot of renovation happening, not just because the product is going bad, but just aspirations are going better. I want a great shower. I want a bigger shower. I want a shower with the LED. I want a shower with a massage. Now, if you have things like that, you need to have a constant upgradation. So in that case, we have created a song, I think is a matter of time, maybe next 2-3 months, our e-commerce venture will start. So where is a hybrid model. People will come on website, they will purchase products, and it will be directed towards the local Jaguar retail counters, which are authorized dealers. They will make the right facilitation. Advantage is that the customers doesn't have to really worry about the delivery and reaching out and all that. And in case he needs further support on the product or extra, he knows where to go.
Sandeep, you had already spoken about sensor and sensibility and all the new things that are going to come up because of COVID. But are there any other trends that you foresee for the year 2021?
Trends in the bathroom?
Yeah. Yes.
See, as I said, the wellness. I see definitely the well-being, the wellness, immunity. These are some of the this people are is really taking it seriously. And like example, in my society, the gym is open, but I am the lone runner in the morning. People are not coming. People are very skeptical for that matter. I'm sure there's, these health centers and spas and salons, they'll get affected. So if I have a 5-bedroom house, Why I need a tap and a basin area, shower area? I can create one bathroom as a wellness bathroom. I can have a spa at home. I can have a steam at home. So I see this trend picking up. Definitely, this is on a definitely your upper middle class HNIs. You will grab these opportunities. Sensor is here to stay. Sensor not only in the bathroom products but lighting products. People are looking for more sensor applications. Like the huge surge in demand happening in these parking areas lights, because they not only facilitates the social distancing, but is a great energy conservation. So the water conservation, the electricity conservation is there. So today, if I'm having any large mall and a parking center, why to have a perpetual light on? So only a 20% light is there, which makes sure I can walk. But the moment I step in next to the car, 100% light is there. You can save a huge cost. In fact, you can make your parking free. The biggest challenge, biggest irritation for customers today is that when guy says, I want 100 rupees for the mall parking, you don't want to give. And I'm just saying, these are great savings. So I think sensor penetration, not only in the taps, but in the various products and the lighting, as I said, and products which facilitates immunity and well-being. So you'll see I'm predicting definitely the wellness zones coming in home. It's like a water treadmills for you. So you will have the way treadmills came into home 10 years back. I will see these wet wellness, as we say, will make a way in the homes. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll all have a mini spa in our own homes soon enough. Yeah.
Actually, because it's we all feel, oh, it's not for me. It's no luxury. No, it's not. You create a great wellness space in your bathroom with as basic as 2.5 lakh rupees. Now imagine the ROI over 10 years.
Correct.
If I take a membership of any gym or health spa, I'm paying 10,000 rupees. Then I burn my oil. By the time I'm back, I'm already
Tired.
I'm tired. So if you really see the ROI, and the money you're spending is nothing. And I'm talking about if you have a 4 or 6 member in the family, they can all use it. So I'm saying the per person cost over 10 years is a steal. And this is where I think digital can do. We can educate people. We can tell them it's for you. It's not only for Richie Rich. You can also have these products at your place.
No, absolutely. I think that's going to be the next innovation and challenge for us to work on. Absolutely. One of the other things, Sandeep, you've done really well is also looking at the amplification for your authorized dealers as well. And that's something we've recently embarked on to make sure that the authorized dealers, they show up on Google when somebody searches for a store near them, right? And I think that's definitely the next step to making sure the consumers find a authorized Jaguar store near them. I think would be great to hear thoughts on, how did you decide on that, and how do you put efforts into building something that's indirect but still drives success for Jaguar?
Again, see, it's very important. The last leg for any consumer product, the loop to close is to get the right, facilitate him to buy the product. Because if I'm really educated, then he really trusts my brand. He really trusts Jaguar products. He has gone on my website. Now, if he has gone on my website, he needs to know from me as a brand, where should I go and buy these products? So, and also, there are a lot of spurious products are in the market, so there are a lot of bad apples. So we as a company said we have authorized dealers. These authorized dealers are my dealers. They're selling the great quality product. They'll stand behind you for any kind of a customer support and service. So it's very important for me as a brand to promote them. Definitely makes a business sense, because if my dealers are doing well, they're getting queries. People are net savvy now. They're checking where the latest products are available. Yes. And also and it gives back a lot of energy to your main website. A lot of people you will get more footfalls. People will get so it's a great for customers. He gets to know, and obviously see dealers. You don't expect them to be digital savvy. They know all those things, So now, in fact, this is what, in fact, as late as yesterday, I was talking to my team, and I said I need educational video. So if at least my dealer knows what we are doing. And moment he sees that, he can respond that. Now today, if I know through my data, which obviously feed is coming from you, that so many customers have gone to a particular dealer by looking the address or calling them. If my that particular dealer is not aware of that, then I think his sensitivity towards his customers will go. He knows that today a lot of customers are coming to me. I've shown my line is always working. If I mentioned my store open 7 days, I should be 7 days open. If I'm saying I starts from 11 o'clock, because this 10 years back, these counters, like, if today I'm not feeling well, I'll not open the store.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, or maybe today I'm just tired, yeah, so I'll open at 2 o'clock. And you can't do that anymore now. There is a huge pressure from customers. They're checking products, and for customers, a great help. So today, is no more like I'm born and brought up in Agra, for example. I'll make a house there. I got a job in Bangalore. I bought an apartment there. I want to renovate now in Bangalore. I'm is as clueless as anybody, an American coming to India. So if he searches that, he knows Jaguar is a great brand. I trust this brand, and he says Jaguar store near to me. As simple as that, and he gets to there. And when he gets to know that, I can get to know what kind of a customers are coming to my place, which are the stores doing well, are these stores accepting my customers well. Now that's some bit of analysis needs to be done. So it's a great insight, because people are now searching this category online and even trying to buy it online also. So in that case, as good as even handing over to the right person to select your product or buy a product is a good thing.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. And I think it's great to see the constant focus on education and videos and helping dealers. I think there's a whole bunch of things that we are doing to make that happen. We also thought we'll quickly play the latest video we made for Jaguar Prima as well, which launched a few days ago. So we'll quickly play that for the audience and maybe then hear your thoughts on that as well.
I'm gonna try my lipstick now.
अरे शर्मा जी, आपके घर में लाइट कैसे?
जैकुआ प्राइमा है ना?
जैगुआर प्राइमा करो फिट, घर को रखो हमेशा लेट। अब हर प्राइमा बल्ब के साथ ट्रिपल निपो बैटरी बिल्कुल फ्री। आज ही खरीदिए अपना जैगुआर प्राइमा।
Absolutely. So this is a campaign we just launched a week ago, but we're great to hear from you, Sandeep. I think it's a product that sort of surge protects, and we wanted to bring that out in a different way. And we'd love to hear your thoughts on that and how we're looking at this campaign, sort of creating awareness over the next few weeks.
Yeah, see, the bulb as a product, obviously is not a durable product, so that, you really plan it out, bulb is, like, if I'm in a market and I go and buy a bulb, but
Yes.
What we realize that though it's maybe a product of say 100 rupees, 200 rupees, that's this bulb is around 100 plus, but it's a very, very important product in the home, and today, many of the, societies and townships and cities have a lot of surge issues. And this is the bulb which stands the 4 kV kind of surge. And what is one thing interesting, which is no bulb, I would say, come close to it, and especially the angle, which we have not talked about. So apparently in the ad is a 240-degree angle. So I think these are two very unique quality of this innovation from Jaguar, and is one of its kind in the market. So when we thought of promoting this, we said, okay, let's have a sweetener to this promotion by having a battery with it. Yeah, so I think the team did a great job. I think the social media team did a good job, and we got a nice film on hand. Now as I say to the team and Tejasvi and all, now we have to make sure it reaches to the right audience, and it becomes a latest buzz in the town. So I think last week only we started. This
Correct,
week,
yes.
as this week we started. The great response has been great. The people are liking the film. But I'd like to hear it more from you when you guys conclude the campaign, that what was the feedback, how we reached, so yes, it's something interesting. We have never done a campaign on, because see, lighting, bathroom is very, very different. So bathroom campaign has a certain maturity, certain messaging. This is a light-hearted, fun film, and a nice, and which is a practical happens, like I still remember Braun and brought up in small town. You are more concerned about not your light has gone. You're worried about somebody else's light is coming. So as long, if you're really perturbed that, my light is not there, but my neighbor's light is coming. So the whole,
Yes.
and neighbors envy, owners pride. So it's
The Onida factor, yeah.
Onida factor, So I think that probably, was an idea which we built onto it. So how, and this character of Sharma ji and all has come out really nice. And I'm hoping that people will love this film because it's a simple, nice, fun film which leaves a smile. And though it's a promo film, but doesn't look like a promo film, because we don't want to really dilute the USP of the product, which is very, very unique Prima, which is not only
Absolutely.
touch, but also the angle, and a lot of these small cities and all, and tinted even big cities, the bulbs, the table lamps is used for study. It's there on the top of dining area. So it's spread has an equally important role to play. Yeah.
No, absolutely. Thanks for believing in us and giving us the opportunity to do this as well together.
Yeah, in fact, this is for the first time we took this chance to digital agency to drive our films, and I would say you did a good job. Yeah.
No, thanks for that, Sandeep.
Thank you so much, Sandeep. Sandeep, one last question which Sunil had about influencer marketing. We know the brand is signed up with a lot of big brand ambassadors, but what is the role or the potential of influencer marketing that you see in this segment, whether it's lighting or sanitary ware sector?
See, we also, in fact, we will eventually get into this space. We are already in talks with Social Beat and a couple of agencies which we work with. I think we need to bring honesty in influencer campaign. Now, today people are smart. If you have an influencer, it doesn't. If it looks like I'm doing is like an advertising, people are smart now. So I think the influencer has to be very true that person is using my product. In fact, I was telling my team, why don't we give influencers our showers? Let them use my product, and then they come out and say that how good it is. Otherwise, it's again it's being too smart in advertising. So if you really want influencer marketing to really go to the next level and people start believing in and this is good for influencers as well, because they have a reputation to guard. So if you are advertising and you don't believe in, you are not the user of the product. So my thumb rule is that obviously you have to see all the basics, that the alignment with the person, with your category, in terms of his reach, the kind of people who follow. These are hygienes. But the core is that the person who's making a comment on my product should experience my product first. And if he's doing that, then everything looks genuine and people believe it. And this is where we always believed in Jaqua's success. We kept things very simple. If you are honest to your work, if you're very open and clear about things, people will eventually come. When you try to just over smart, because if for a celebrity, a A-lister is using a certain which car, do you really believe that this guy drives that car? If, for example, a Shah Rukh Khan is driving some car, you think actually he drives that car? No, people are smart now. That era of 60s and 70s where you don't know what is dubbing is hero is singing or somebody else is singing is over. Everybody knows everything about media. So I'm sure that we should give full due respect to our customers. They know who's the influencer, who is actually the real believer of the product. And if this honesty, genuineness is there, then I think influencer is definitely an activity which can really give you a very targeted result. You can reach out to your audience, very specific audience, in much faster way. Yeah.
Absolutely. No, Sandeep, it's been great having you. Would you like to share any closing thoughts to all the marketers and brands out there on how they should leverage digital in the next few months and years?
It's a very for me to tell anybody for that matter, because I'm also on a learning curve when it's come to digital. But definitely, what I would say that embrace it. Even if you sound stupid, ask questions, stupid questions, whatever is it, ask, and more you get, involved with the technology. But don't get carried away with technology, because eventually you are in a business of communication. What is the idea? What is the real message? Somehow I think the over focus on technology, over focus on the tools, you take away the basic essence of the communication advertising. Because if your communication is not interesting, if it's matter of fact, why should I watch you? Why should I give you my 2 minutes or 3 minutes for that matter? So I think marketers, I would say, as I always keep it for myself also, keep things around customers. Who's your customer, and revolve around that. Digital is there. Tomorrow some new technology will come in, intervention will come in. But as far as digital, I think, and also very important that, you need to have in-house team, which is capable to receive and collaborate. You can't completely outsource. You need to have a kind of a core team within the company for the brands, that you can have a constant communication, because you cannot communicate on digital on a monthly basis. It has to be daily basis. It's like what you did daily should really come out. So these are the two areas which I think could be interesting to ponder. Points to
No, absolutely. Thanks for that, Sandeep. And I think it's been great working with your team. And I think you've built a strong team over time, which understands digital and collaborates with the agency. So it's been great working together. Thanks so much for joining us today and spending time and sharing your insights, Sandeep.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sandeep. It was a really interesting session. Thank you for everything that you've shared with us.
Yeah, thank you, Anuradha. Thank you, Sunil, and thank you for the entire Social Beat team for having me here. Yeah.
No, thanks, Sandeep. I think really nice to have you. And, usually very difficult to catch you otherwise. Thanks to the virtual world, now it's, you can get some time in your calendar. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah, pleasure's mine. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thanks. Have a great evening, Sandeep. Thank you.